guidance, and then bring in, we bridge the gap, we bring in the opportunity to thousands of churches that need these solutions and are not aware that these solutions exist. So I began to talk about the right mindset, which is the consultant mindset. And let's begin with this question. When you approach a church, what do you think you are going there to do? Okay. When you approach a pastor, what do you think you are going there to tell him? Now, if your answer is, well, I'm going there to sell FlexiChurch as a software, or I'm going there to sell some features to the church, I want you to change that mindset because you are not going there simply to sell. There are three things you are going there to do, and that is what we have laid out in this slide. You are going there first and foremost to understand, okay, understand where the church stands. The truth is that every church has challenges. Some churches struggle with visitor follow-up. Some have thousands of members or hundreds of members' records scattered around different notebooks, different individual computers and spreadsheets. Some struggle with communication, maintaining prompt communication with members. Some struggle with financial record, financial administration. Some have beautiful sermons, impactful sermons, but there's no proper digital archive. Some don't even have a professional website. Now, some spend countless hours doing things manually that technology can and has actually simplified. And those are a lot of problems. Those are the few among many problems that churches have. So your job as a power partner is to walk into that church and ask, what is your church struggling with? And how can FlexiChurch how can we help? What challenges is this church facing? And how can we come in to help? That's what you're supposed to do. So we have these strategic goals. Number one, understand the current state of the church, identify the challenges, the pain point of that church, recommend, demonstrate, and support. And that's the thing we'll be talking about in today's training. But it's very important that before you become an effective power partner or an effective consultant, you need to understand what you are introducing. Okay? Of course, you cannot solve a problem you don't understand. And that is why every partner must know FlexiChurch and understand FlexiChurch and know what it can offer. And like I was trying to say yesterday, we said yesterday, it's not just important to have the passion and the zeal to move around. It's also important to have at the tips of your finger, okay, what FlexiChurch can offer, and you can even do some minimal demonstration before coming to the operations team of FlexiChurch to help you. Okay, so FlexiChurch is not just another software. Okay, we said FlexiChurch is designed to make churches more organized, more connected, efficient, responsive, and scalable. FlexiChurch integrates multiple administrative areas into one unified ecosystem. Okay, and like we have said, I want to say again, you do not need to show every feature. FlexiChurch has over close to 50 features now because we upscale, we upgrade every time. Okay, you do not need to show every feature, to a particular church, or we're going to talk about every feature, and that's why we say understanding their problems or their peculiarities is very important. Okay, so what you just need to do is to show the ones that matter to that specific church. Okay, for some people may not have problems with media. Their problems might be with communicating with church members and follow up, and then at that point you want to demonstrate how FlexiChurch can help them solve that particular problem. Okay, so there are a lot of things in FlexiChurch, but so like I said, understanding what FlexiChurch offers and being able to tailor it to specific needs is very, very important. Now, so in this training, this particular training is not meant for It's not meant to show us all the features of FlexiChurch. We have, several ways by which you can learn that if you have not. We have the product brochure that is in the group. We can send that again. We have our YouTube channel where we have different videos talking about the features. Even the website itself is there. You can sign up, get into the dashboard and look at what the dashboard offers yourself. So you will see all the things that FlexiChurch actually offers. Okay, so let's move on to talk about the strategies now. Okay, now, so what's the strategy that we're going to employ to speak to churches? And we talk about finding the pain, okay, finding the challenges. Like I said, you are not starting with the features. You are just going to be listing the features, okay, and talk about them one by one. That can be overwhelming. Okay, so you want to start with targeted discovery, questions to find their pain points. Um, like I said before, effective consulting begins with listening and identifying, the church's specific challenges. No, a salesperson will go ahead and say, I want to sell these things to you. These are the things I want to sell. This is what I'm selling. This and this and these are the things we do. But a consultant would first and foremost dialogue, communicate with the prospect, find out what they are going through, the problem, the inefficiencies they have, then bring up a solution. Okay, so like we said, the effective consulting begins with listening and identify the church's specific challenges. What are the questions you can ask a church or a pastor? How do you currently manage your church members' record? That's one question. Okay, how do you take record? You find out that a lot of churches do not even have a meaningful member record. Okay, they don't have one single place where they can say this is our church database that has been updated on a Sunday by Sunday basis, on a weekly basis. A lot of churches don't have it. A lot of churches have it, and they have it scattered around. Maybe different ushers have different papers. Okay, and then you can ask, what's the process for following up with first-time visitors? Yes, of course, some churches have the visitation department, the follow-up department, and the truth is that a lot of these churches are still struggling with getting people to get consistent and do the things that they ought to do on a consistent basis. And because of that, a lot of the first-timers leave through the back door. Okay, they don't come back because they are not followed up, or they are not followed up intensely and consistently enough. You can also ask, how do you track attendance and manage church finances? Okay, and this one area where a lot of churches lag behind. Okay, lag behind. Tracking attendance is one thing that a lot of us do not. In fact, we don't want to do it. Okay, we don't want to count our members and say, okay, this is the number of people that came to church today. This is the number of people that came to church last week Sunday. We don't even know the growth trajectory of our church. We can't say this is the rate at which we are growing, or this is the rate at which the growth is dropping. Because it requires some specialized skills to do that. FlexiChurch is able to do that for us, give us some statistical analysis of your growth or your attendance inside the FlexiChurch workspace. Okay, you can also ask them, how do you manage church finances? And this is one area where a lot of churches have been careless. Okay, they try to put things on paper and things like that, but they can't have proper record. And like I used to say, like I said before, in meetings like this, the kind of accounting workspace, accounting ecosystem that we have in FlexiChurch is second to none. You will find it in, I don't think you can find it anywhere in any other church management system. Okay, you need about probably a team of 10 accountants to do what FlexiChurch alone can do for any church. And that alone is very robust, a high selling point. Okay, you can also ask, where do you store and organize your sermon archives? You find that a lot of churches do not have it. You can ask, how do you manage your various department and volunteer workers? Okay, you could bring up your own custom questions and so on and so forth. That's why we say effective marketing or effective consultancy or consultative approach of FlexiChurch requires relationship. And that's the first mindset you want to have. Okay, so you are not just going to make those cold call or budge in on pastors and begin to talk about them. Okay, you want to build relationship and introduce yourself as somebody that has lasting solution or somebody that can help churches become better. That's the best way to market. Yes, well, I want to use the word market discretionally. So market FlexiChurch. So now let's talk about one problem, one solution. So when you have found out what the problem the churches have, what challenges they have presently, probably you're able to pin down one, two, or three challenges. Now it's now your responsibility to go ahead and pin the particular solution that FlexiChurch offers to their problem. Okay, so we said demonstrate only what matters by linking the features directly to the church's expressed needs. Once a problem is identified, connect it directly to the relevant architecture solutions to show immediate value. Okay, so just find out, you know what this church needs right now. We have a lot of problems actually accounting for money. We don't know what comes in, we don't know what goes out. We don't know, we can't actually pinpoint the growth rate. We don't have um, quality statistics of giving and things like that. Then you go to the FlexiChurch accounting system and do a robust demonstration of how FlexiChurch accounting system can help that church scale or overcome that particular problem. And some churches might be, our sermon are actually difficult to organize and share. We pay through the nose for to editors, and we don't even get quality and timely job done. I want to get on the social media to share our sermon that's blessed lives, and we trust that our church can grow by doing that. Then you go ahead and show them the Flexi Church Media Studio. Show them how the FlexiChurch can break down, a lengthy sermon into reels, highlighting the main points. Then show them how even if they don't have a video, they can use the audio and the picture of the pastor and FlexiChurch beautiful design ecosystem to bring off beautiful videos for the social media community. So what we're saying is that you mark specific church problem to FlexiChurch features for a personalized presentation. I believe that approach will work better. So what happens is that when you do that, people see what they need directly. They begin to now explore other areas of FlexiChurch that might be very, very useful to them. Okay, but if you start talking about a lot of areas right now, pastors may feel, well, we don't need that for now. But when you hit their pain point and you provide solution to that, by the time they get into the system, they find many other features that becomes useful to them and they begin to explore. Okay, I don't know if I'm still connected. Please, can you still hear me clearly? Am I still here?
Yes, you are here, sir.
Okay. All right. So we talk about the church digital operations audit. So what does it mean to have a consultant opening or a consultative opening? So instead of a sales pitch, you can offer a 10-minute assessment of their current operation. Okay, so that you build some trust. Imagine you approaching a church. You approach a church, and of course, we give letters to power partners. You can request for letters on letterheads, to approach churches and introducing yourself as a church technology consultant, and you want to just have a chat with them about their church workflow and how things can become better. You are not even talking about offering a product yet, but you just want to say, well, you are offering a free consultancy service. Okay, so you submit that letter, you get an appointment, and then you walk in one day and begin to, have this relationship interaction with them, asking the questions that matter, thereby building trust, and then gathering your data, the data that you need to hit the nail on the head, or to send in the bombshell. So when you gather the data that you need, as far as that church is concerned, you can now go ahead and introduce the solution that you have. Now, one thing about marketing is trust, okay? And before people rely on you, give you their money, open up to you as much as possible, trust is very, very key. Trust is very, very important. So you want to build trust with what we call the consultative opening. Okay, so what we have left is what can happen, where your church has been. Okay, we have live before FlexiChurch. Well, information is often fragmented: paper, WhatsApp, phone, spreadsheet, money, and so on and so forth. Life after FlexiChurch, information flows through a structured system now: registration, centralized database, automated follow-up, tracking, and then all these results in better organization and things like that. So these are the things that you can show or you can push to churches or to pastors that you talk about. Like we said here, people don't buy features; they buy better outcomes and reduce stress. And we were saying yesterday that you can even sell um, pastors, or church administrators time to them. Can you ask a pastor, what if we can help you buy back about 5 hours a week, or could buy about 10 hours a week? Now that time the headache that you use in following up, in trying to look for first timers and call them manually and follow up on workers that should follow up and things like that. What if we can buy you back that time or the headache of sitting down? Because the truth of the matter is that a lot of pastors of small churches actually sit down to edit their videos themselves. Okay, so what if you can take off that headache, okay, from you and give you a proper, well-edited video looking at the pain point. And one of the major problems with editing videos like this is that a lot of pastors do not the patience to listen to their 1 hour, 30-minute message and begin to cut out, or the patience of editors to listen to the pastor's 1 hour, 30 minutes message and begin to cut out the specific high points is another serious problem. And so you can tell them the FlexiChurch can do that for you. We have a very robust, intelligent video system that can listen automatically to that message and bring up the high point, the solid point, the high point of your message and cut it out as reels. Okay, so those are specific things that you can tell churches that need this time. So this is what I just talked about: selling the pastor's time. If technology could give you back 5 hours every week, what will you do with those 5 hours? Okay, so you can now go ahead and focus your time on prayer and discipleship, counseling, care. Just like the apostle said in the book of Acts, we won't leave the ministry of prayer and the word and focus on um, tables. So you can come through this approach for any pastor, and I believe that will work. Now, so coming to the point of demonstration. I said yesterday that one thing power partners, an effective power partner would do is to ensure that he is able to demonstrate at least minimally. Okay, so when you talk to a pastor, you can just pick up your phone and show a few things, show a few demonstrations, to that pastor, to that church from your phone. Now, when coming to an advanced level, you can now say, okay, we can organize a more robust, advanced demonstration for your church or for your media team or for your admin team. I'm in conjunction with FlexiChurch Operations Unit. We can organize that so we can go more in depth. For at least on the surface, every power partner should be able to demonstrate. For instance, how do you currently record attendance? Then you show them. So just show them some things on the FlexiChurch. And that's why I said um, um, introducing FlexiChurch at a distance will not work. Okay, so can you actually show some things yourself from the FlexiChurch platform? And how do you do that? How are you able to do that? We have a lot of laid down ways by which you can do that. We have a robust YouTube channel that has videos and more videos coming in where you can train yourself. We have Monday's user training meeting that a partner that wants to go far can attend, at least find time to attend so that you can, also be a master of the operations and you can show things to the pastors or whoever you are talking to from from your phone or from your laptop. Then when things become a little bit more difficult, we can now go deeper, having a specialized meeting with the FlexiChurch operations team helping you out. I think at this point, I will just stop or probably pause till the next time I allow others to talk. I'm going to introduce the Chief Technical Officer, Mr. Michael, to take over now, and probably next the GM. Over to you, sir. Okay, is the CTO there, please? Okay, so Pastor David, the GM, let's have you then.
All right, good morning, everybody. Nice to be on this beat again. I trust that you have gleaned so much from what our CEO has said so far. It's appalling. Well, let me not express that for now, but okay, let me allude to that a little bit. So many partners who need to come and be developed and build strategy through many of these classes are not showing up. And they keep asking the same question over and over, how they can do this, how they can do that. Now, I want to speak to those of us who are here. This is how you do it by by making sure you know what you are. I mean, how will I put it now? To make it as probable and as clean and as obvious to you. You have to know that you are not just selling an app. You are not going around selling an app. You are going about selling a solution or introducing a solution to problems that is already existing in the church. Just like the CEO just finished his presentation right now. If a pastor is spending an undue time and unjust time pursuing new people all over the place or members trying to disseminate information, imagine you have to go from house to house or maybe send text messages individually to people. And then there are people that you can overlook. You forget birthdays, you forget anniversaries and stuff like that. And there is something that could help you through that issue, that pain point. We call them pain points. Those are issues that pastors have that they cannot easily solve by themselves, but technology can help them solve those things. So now that's what we're doing. You are a technology consultant introducing a technology that can help them solve that problem that they have. And so, and it covers a lot of grounds. As pastors ourselves, we understand what it means to manage a church and what church administration looks like in its technicality. And so this app, FlexiChurch, has been built to help solve all those issues that could come up in the administration of a church or a ministry. It helps to, disseminate information effectively, helps to, keep track of first timers, follow them up as effectively as they could. And even if you go for a crusade, evangelism, and all that, and you have people that you met there and you want to keep sending them repeated messages, FlexiChurch will help you do that. Somebody wants to have a counseling session with you, it can be streamlined, it can be booked on FlexiChurch, and just like we are rolling out presently a meeting room inside FlexiChurch, you can use that to do your counseling. There's a whole lot that could be solved using FlexiChurch. There's a whole lot of church issues that the provision or the solution is FlexiChurch. So right now, you should be thinking in yourself, how do I get the solution into the hands of those who really and truly needs it? Let me say that again. The question that should be in your mind is, how do I get this solution into the hands of those who truly really needs it? And you don't go around telling them, oh, I have an app that will solve all your problems. Yes, that's true. But you start by, first of all, identifying, empathizing with their struggles and with their pain. You ask questions like, oh, how are you handling this? How are you handling that? Just like the CEO said in his presentation. So once you understand what problem is really, really paramount, is really, really germane to any of these pastors, then you can actually provide a solution as a technology consultant. From today, start seeing yourself as a technology consultant and not just an app retailer or app seller and all that. You see, this opportunity is created for you so that by the time you handle it well, you can create a lasting residual income for yourself. You can even retire on this because, for example, if you get to the point of earning, say, $500, $1,000 in a month, or more than that, it depends. There is no limit. I mean, imagine you're able to do some good amount of money every month without even moving a muscle because you have done all the work. Because once a church starts using FlexiChurch and they find out the value and the virtue that is in FlexiChurch, they don't want to let go. They will just keep using it. All things being equal. So, and the platform is simplified enough right now for every user to be able to use it effectively. So take advantage of this opportunity. Because of time, I'm not going to stretch this too far. Take advantage of this opportunity. Get on board. Be a FlexiChurch church technology consultant somewhere in your country, in your nation, in Nigeria, wherever you are. And like I used to say, FlexiChurch, one way or the other, is coming to your neighborhood. Will it be through you or will it be through somebody else? That's a question that you need to ponder on. Let me stop here.
Thank you very much, sir. Do we have the CTO now? Over to you, sir.
All right. Thank you for joining this call this morning. It's important that you assimilate all that has been said so far with regards to the leverage that FlexiChurch gives you as a power partner. It is not going to be an overstatement to say coming on board as a power partner and being properly, having an understanding of the platform can position you for, a lifetime, opportunity for residual income. In fact, major income, depending on how extensive you're able to spread your net to bring in as many churches as possible, which you already have, within your network or at your disposal. We also encourage that this meeting should be a go-to meeting for you every Thursday, so that you can be properly, exposed to techniques and strategies that can make you effective as a technology consultant, to churches around you. I want to also say doing this is doing God's work, because when you make a church efficient and effective, then you are actually advancing the cause of His kingdom. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, do we have any question? Is there any question before we wrap it up today? Okay, so in that case, that will be it for today. We'll meet again for the user training on Monday, and then another Power Partners training meeting on Wednesday. Have a productive day. Thank you so much.